Hi everyone, today I'm going to have a bit of a chat to you about one of the tools that I've been using for a long time now for my productivity, and I couldn't live without it. So I'm going to be telling you why everybody should be using Evernote. G'day everyone, welcome to SPP Productivity, where we believe everybody has a deep down desire to be more productive. On this channel, we give you simple tips and tricks to help the everyday person become more organized at home, work, or school. Now guys, on this channel as well, we often look at software demonstrations and also some application demonstrations that can help you be productive, and this video is one of those right now. So if you do like what you see, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon so you'll be able to be notified when we bring out a new video. Now guys, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about Evernote. I've got it on my screen here. Now this application I've been using for years. To be honest, I couldn't live without it. It is my external brain. Now I've spoken to you guys before about Getting Things Done by David Allen, which is the productivity system I learned. Now they teach you in Getting Things Done that the key thing is getting things off your brain. So you don't want anything sitting on your brain, you want everything out of your brain. Now I did a video that I'll link in the description about how to never forget anything. And that was all, go and have a look at that if you haven't seen it. That was all revolved around being able to get ideas out of your head and into a trusted place where you won't forget them. Now this tool, Evernote, is what I use, and Evernote is a way of being able to capture from anywhere, anytime, anything, and be able to have it across all your devices and be able to access information whenever you want. So it's a pretty amazing tool, simple to use, and guess what? It's free as well. So let's jump into Evernote and have a look. So you can see on the screen here that when you go to evernote.com is where you first get all the information about it and where you can sign up. So you just go to the sign up bit here and you can look at that. Now in terms of the plans and features, I'll go into that a little bit later on. So let's just log in and I'll show you what Evernote looks like. We'll just be doing it as we go along on the Mac here. So we're going to go into logging in with your email address. There we go. No, you're not going to be able to see my password, obviously. All right, so here we are inside Evernote for Mac. This one is Evernote for Mac, but obviously Evernote is available across all platforms. So it doesn't matter whether you're Windows or iPhone or Android. It's available pretty much everywhere, and they're all pretty much the same. Now, what we have when you actually log in the first time, it'll help me give you a very basic view of what it does. So if you, as I mentioned, if you think about the notes, the notebooks as like a folder, and the notes are the things inside that folder. So if you look over here, this is talking about notes, so it's talking about capturing things, and then you can do to-do lists, so you can just add check marks and be able to tick them off as you go. So I'll show you how to do that. You can add reminders. Now this is really, really handy because you can even link it to your Google Calendar or anything like that as well. You can link them up so that the reminders show up on your calendar. You can do all sorts of ways of adding them in. You can create tables. Now, obviously this is nowhere near as good as say a Pages or a Microsoft Excel, but to be able to just do a simple basic table, it's fantastic for what it actually does. So I'll show you some of those in a minute. Pardon me. Then you can organize, this is your notebooks. This is what I was talking about. Each of these are specific little folders, and then these are the notes inside that folder. And when we stack them, which I'll tell you in a minute, that then becomes the cabinet of notebooks. Yeah. You can share them with people, so you can email them. You can also have people have access to those, so you can actually share it with a friend or family member. I know my wife and I shared an Evernote. We went to Bali for Christmas and we shared an Evernote notebook which had all the flight tickets and all that sort of stuff in it. So we shared that, was great. And we can both access that. Now, when you come into Evernote, there is a notebook there called Inbox. Now, that's your default notebook for now. Now, where this is important, I think when you actually log in, I changed that. I think when you log in, it's actually called my first notebook or something like that. But I changed it to inbox, which is quite easy to do because when you click on it, you just go rename notebook, so that's easy. So I called it inbox, and this is why, because you can email things to a certain notebook. You can also, using the app, you can just do quick notes. You can do this note here. It's always going to go inside your default notebook first, and then you can put stuff into the folders that you've created. So if you want to go up here, I'm trying to remember how you get your you go count information. It's going to be on here somewhere. So we'll go into the premium and the business use ones shortly. We'll have a look at that. So your account information, okay, yeah, you're only going to get it on it'll take you online here. Now see, that's your email address, don't get confused. That's the email address that you're actually using for it. But see here, it says email notes too. Now if you just copy that, right, and keep that, that's going to be really important to hold on to, because that there is going to be what you are going to be emailing to be able to get all the stuff into Evernote. And I'll show you how to do that a little bit later on. So inside our first inbox, which is now your default notebook, let's create a note. So when we just go add note, see how it comes over here? So we'll just go my first note, simple as that. And then you can do whatever you want. So you can do that. It's telling you as well here that you can attach files from Google Drive now. So if you have Google Drive, you can have it linked directly so that when you click that, you can just pull the folders and pull them across, because you can add attachments to this note as well. So let's say downloads, if I say get this picture of myself in autumn, my daughter, see that it just goes in there. You can resize that however you like. That's in there. See how I wrote some stuff here. You can do like normal, you can change the size, you can change the font, all that sort of fun stuff. You can also attach through the microphone. So if you press on like that, that is now recording everything that's going on when you're recording. Oh, okay. I'm not gonna do that. Oh, okay, fair enough, because I'm actually using an external microphone. But once I've then done that, that then puts a recording inside down here. So where you can use that for is if you're in a lecture or something like that, you can actually, or a meeting, you can actually record what everyone's saying and have it straight in this, you can call it meeting notes for that customer or whatever, for that lecture, and that'll all be in there. You can go and attach from basically anywhere you like on your computer there. Now, if you attach a file, by the way, you can also attach like a document. So let's see if I've got a document that I don't want everyone in the world seeing. Let's get like a document doggy. This is for my dog, yeah? So let's do a claim form from when he went to the vet, yeah? So if I attach that, that'll go in here, not now. Now see how that's done it. It's just basically put straight into there, all the separate things. And you can download that, all the different pages. Now the other thing you can do is you can actually change in settings very simply to actually download everything as a PDF. So when I did that, then it would just show up like this as a PDF instead of actually all the forms. It depends whether you want to see it straight away on the screen or not. So yeah, you can annotate, that's what it's trying to tell you as well. So you can, it's giving me all these tips because I created this account to be able to show you. So you can annotate whatever. Let's annotate the PDF. And now it's going to tell me that that's a premium thing, and it's made me want to go in there. Of course it has. We don't want to do that. If you do want to go in, it'll actually go in and let you try that. But basically, oh no, it's letting me do it. So if you want to do an arrow, like we just saw, you can do an arrow that's red, and you can point to things. You can put boxes around things, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, so that's pretty fun. There we go. So, and then when you go in, it's all there. So see how many things you can do. It's like literally unlimited here, what you can actually do. You can add a reminder, so you might want it to come and remind me on the 18th in a week at 8 a.m. Now your reminder's there, you can get that to show up it'll come up on your phone as a notification on your computer, wherever you want it to go to. I can then share that note with somebody, so you can send that to your wife or whatever if you want them to be able to get in and have access. Oh, I forgot about this. You can actually go checklist too. So you go checklist, 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 just by doing the checkpoint, which is right there, yeah. So checkpoint, and then you do all these things, and then you can actually tick them off as you actually go. See, so that's pretty good, isn't it? Being able to do it that way. So there's just a multitude of things. And then, we saw before about the table size, so you can pick what table size you like, and you can add more whatever you like. You can make them certain colors, and you can change anything to absolutely whatever you like. You can highlight columns, you can do whatever you want. So there's so many things that you can do here, and you can see how you can make that, like say if you were making that a travel plan notebook like I did, you're then in a situation where you can put all the tickets on there, you can put everything you like, and it's right there. So that shows you how much you can do with a note. Now let's go into notebooks, and let's add another notebook, because this is where this gets kind of powerful, I believe. So if you go, just click on notebooks there, and see how it says no new notebook. Let's create one. I'm going to call it receipts. Now, can anyone ever spell receipts? I never can, but, so you've got receipts, we've got, say, things to do, private or shared, that we're not sharing these notebooks yet, you can. Things to do, let's put work things, let's put work. Reference, I'm just putting that, you'll see why I'm doing this in a minute. What else can we have for home? Oh, recipes. That's another one I can't spell. Who cares? So, right, so now you've got all these notebooks, right? Watch what I can do. So there's your inbox, where all your inbox ones are going to be coming, right? So what you can do now that we've got these ones is if you drag this recipe one into receipt, right? See how that's now created a notebook stack? So all I did was drag it on top, which I'll do it with another one. I'm going to put it into here as well. Yeah? Now that's called, receipts stack. But we're just going to change it to home. Now I'm going to do the same thing down here, drag one of them onto the other, and it's going to create a new stack. There we go. Work things stack. So put that in there too. Once again, we're going to change it. I guess it probably could just be called work things stack. But now, can you see what's happened now? Is that we've got a home stack and a work stack. Yeah. Can I put that on the top? I can't. So you've got a home stack and a work stack, and inside those are just things for home and just things for work. And then when they're over here, so you can collapse them over this side over here. So you got home stack and work stack, and you can have as many stacks as you like. So in my home stack is just things to do with home. Now, if I go into the inbox and that first note, if I now want it to go into the things to do one, you just drag it into there. The power of the note, we're going to put in recipes, we're going to put that one in receipts. And we're going to put that one in things to do, and same with your work stuff. So now they're just perfectly saved in there. Now the other thing I'm going to show you is the web clipper. So the web clipper, if I go to Google Chrome, so see I wanted to do that, if I wanted to take that page, this is another way you can get things into your Evernote. See up here it puts like a Evernote web clipper in Chrome. If you just click on that, it will actually save. It's just checking it's the right one. It might have saved the wrong place. But you can choose to save it as just the article. You can save it as a full page. You can just save a selection, so you can just cut a little piece out, or a bookmark. I'm just going to go save article, and that shows you what it's going to look like. Where do you want to put it? I want that to go into recipes. It's not a recipe though, is it? And then save the clip. That's now saving it in there. And then when you go into the thing again, and go into recipes. Very shortly it will, oh, there you go, it's coming now. So that's now just clipped straight off the web into that. So, you know, we're talking about recipes here, right? So let's actually get a recipe. Let's get a recipe called rice paper rolls. That looks good. There's the recipe. Hit Evernote. And this time, let's maybe save it as a bookmark, yeah? So we'll just go in as a bookmark like that, and we'll put it in the inbox so that we can do it later. So it's just something quickly on the fly that you've just done. Now you go back to doing whatever you were doing. Now that's gone into the inbox. Now, that'll be the same as if you are doing, say, on the phone and you have a quick idea, you want to get it out of your head. Remember I was saying about that video that I've got about taking everything off your mind? You'll just go new note, you know, don't forget the milk, yeah? Now those ones are both in the inbox. So then when I go through and organize later in the day what I've captured, you know, you might have a notebook, let's go back to notebooks and say, you know, shopping list, yeah? Shopping lists. And don't forget to drag that into your home stack. So now with that one that says don't forget the milk, you can now drop that into your shopping list. And that one is obviously a recipe I wanted to remember, so I've dropped it in there. But see how easy that is? I dropped it in the wrong one. Where did I put it? Did I put it back in inbox? Yeah, there it is. Didn't drag it properly. So recipes, that's now in there. Now the beautiful thing as well is the search is unbelievable in Evernote. That's what I love. So if you just go all notes, right? Click on something else. If I go all notes and you just want to search up here, you can obviously, you know, drag it down by, you know, if you want to, and refine the search. But if I just go rice paper rolls and hit enter, it's going to find that in 2 seconds. So I've got something like 5,000 notes in mine, and it can find something in a second. You know, you can go within a notebook too if you want. You can go, you know, search inside that notebook. You know, you can do that if you want, inside the notebook. You know, recipes, if you wanted to narrow it down that way, but you shouldn't have to. So that's all pretty cool. What else can I show you as a very basic, so on your phone as well, you can actually take a photo, and I don't have the phone to show you, but you can actually take a photo using the phone app, and then it'll ask you, do you want to convert this into a document? So say it's a receipt, you can take a receipt out of the shops, it'll convert it into a document, and then, you know, you can save it straight into receipts and call it whatever you want, you know, receipt from JB Hi-Fi, whatever, yeah? And that's another way you can save into it. So it's awesome. And you can draw with your picture, with your finger, sorry, on your phone. If I do a new note, you know, you can draw if you're so inclined. So if you're on a tablet, for instance, and you want to, you know, scribble something out, the tablet version allows you to do that in this section here. So there's all sorts of things that you can do, but it's just great for having everything sorted and out of the way and in relevant topics. Now, you can also, if you want to, I don't know if you'd want to do this, but you can do tags as well if you like. So see inside this this recipe, if I want to say, if I've got a load of recipes and I want to see the tags here, if I go add tag, I might want to call it Asian recipes. And you just hit enter, and that's now created a tag. You might also, and you can do as many as you like. So, you know, American recipes, you know, fast food. That's just creating the tags as we're going. And see down here in the tag section, all these tags that I create will end up, once it loads, there you go, down in that tag section. So then you can actually go and search by tag. So you can go and actually grab a tag and go, I want to see everything that's an American recipe or everything that's an Asian recipe. So there's so many different ways to search and narrow things down. So when you're in there, in recipes, and there's 100 different recipes in there, you can then go tag, see the tags? You can either search by it if you want, or you can just scroll down. You know, so American recipes, click it, that shows everything in that folder. So it's awesome. It is so powerful that it's not funny. Now, we talked about upgrading. If you want to upgrade Evernote, I do, it's worth it, but I use it all the time. I would do the free one straight up first, but you're talking 54 Australian dollars per year. So what's that, even less in American dollars? These are the new Evernote plans. I think the last one that I did was, I think, $90, and it was still worth it. The new Evernote plans are brand new, and you can have it now for $50. You can sync this one across 2 devices, the free one. Now, if you think about it, you're gonna have your phone and your computer, or your phone and your iPad. So I don't think that's gonna be too much of a problem for people while you're getting used to it and seeing if it's something that you wanna keep. Don't worry about the monthly uploads, because there's plenty of things to do, when you're actually uploading stuff. It won't take up as much space as you think. But then Evernote Premium, you get, maximum note size increases. Once again, that won't really matter. You can forward emails into Evernote. Oh, I didn't show you that, did I? So that's a really cool feature too. So if you have an email, remember we saved that email address. So let's go, I don't know, just need to find, look, this is something about the GWS Giants AFL team. So if you just hit forward, go away. If you hit forward and just pop in that address, remember that we saved, and you send it, it's gonna do something really cool. It's gonna send it into Evernote. So we'll show you that in a second. Business, I don't want anyone on this channel to really worry about that. I don't think Evernote's even really set up properly for business yet. That's like sharing, your whole company, and you're paying per person and working on projects together. I don't think that's really a big thing for most people that will be watching this. But this is the key one. You can also search in PDF. So say that you've got that veterinary receipt that I had, you can actually save by the vet's name. You can actually search by the vet's name, and it will find it inside the PDF. So you can, if you just search the words, it will search all your notes, but also the PDFs, which is pretty cool. You can annotate those things that I showed you. So I think it's definitely worth it, being able to go in and use that. But go and have a try if you want to have a play with the free one. That's basically the way to go. Now remember, I told you that email was coming in, so it'll come into the inbox. It's normally a little bit quicker than that. Is it actually sent? Sent. Ah, there we go. My internet's a bit slow today, so that's why. So see how it's in the inbox? So now you've just emailed yourself an email that you want to remember. So that can either be things to do, look. So I've popped it in there. It can be things to do, or it could be, that could be something to do with work, so that you could just pop it in reference. And don't forget, that may be gone, but as I showed you before, it's just as simple as going into search and going Toyo tires, and it's going to find you, it's going to find you the, how do you spell tire? See what I mean? Yeah, Toyo tires, and it's going to find that straight away, yeah? So, and it's always in there. The only other thing I think I'll show you is the views. So where's something that's got a fair few, you've got 3 there. See, you can sort these by date created, by title. So I've got one for customers at my job, and it'll list the customers in order, but you can also do them by updated. But then over here, see these different views, however you prefer to look at your list. I prefer to look at lists like that. Some people prefer it like that, right? So, nice and colorful. I've got way too many that I feel that I'm scrolling through too much doing that, but some people like it, visual like that. Expanded card view, that means they'll start filling up this screen here. You can do snippet view, which still has the lists. So if you're trying to remember what the difference is, the side list, remember, so that's just really basic. Then you can have a snippet view, which is still a list, but it's got basically the things in there, the pictures and things like that as well. You can do a side list view, which was what I had before, and then a top list view. So obviously this is a really, really powerful tool. There's so many things you can do with it. I've just given you a very, very basic update. This is important too, to probably show you. When you're on a note, you can actually click, you can make things shortcuts. So you can just literally go add to shortcuts, So if there's notes that you're going to be accessing a lot, say a shopping list, that might be something that you access a lot. So it goes up there, and you'll be able to see them all the time up there in the top. So you can pop everything down into a smaller view, and you'll only see your shortcuts. And then on the iPhone and Android apps, literally they're right at the top, anything that you start and shortcuts, so you can quickly go in. So it really is cool, and you can add on the fly so quickly with the apps. It really is a cool tool. There's so many ways you can use it. They have Evernote have blogs that come out all the time. There's demonstration videos. Go on YouTube, you'll see a million different things. If you type in exactly what you want to know on Evernote, there'll be something you'll be able to learn in a video. There's just so many different things. But I just wanted to show you quickly how you can use it, and how I think everybody should use a tool like this, because it's available even just down to being able to, hit their little record button and be able to, play back a lecture or whatever, or a meeting that you're sitting in. You literally on the iPhone just hit record, let it record, and then set yourself a reminder with a little bell here to be able to remind you when you can actually come back and watch that again. You can put it into drawers that you'll always remember. I've got every single receipt that I've ever got for anything since I've had Evernote. I've scanned in literally using the phone in 2 seconds. I've got you have a receipt folder in your home stack. It's just everything is just together. It is so easy to use. But hopefully that gives you a little bit of an idea of what it does. If you have any questions, put it into the comments section, and I'll be able to answer those for you. Otherwise, download the free version, have a play. I recommend it. I reckon you'll love it, and there's plenty more videos out there. But until next time, I hope that's been helpful for you, and I will review some more software that I use very, very shortly if you find that it is helping you guys. But until then, we look forward to seeing you in the next video from SPP Productivity TV, and hope you have a very energized and organized week, and we'll see you next time.